If you are looking to build a lean lower body, you are in the right place, because between the exercises and the structure today, we are all about building muscle and definition in the glutes, the legs, the thighs, and the calves. And today's workout is such a fun structure. We're gonna have 3 rounds that we repeat 2 times through. Now this is where it kind of gets, it sounds like a lot, but it's gonna be a very simple structure once we get through it. We're gonna have 60 seconds for our base exercise. Then we're gonna rest for 20 seconds. We'll have 3 different exercises at 30 seconds each. We'll rest 10 seconds in between. Before we hit our pulse round, we're gonna rest for 20 seconds. Then we'll have 30 seconds of pulses of our base exercise. We'll rest for 45 seconds, move on to that next round. And the only equipment you need today will be your dumbbells. Aim to lift moderately heavy to heavy. And remember that weight that you choose is always relative to you and how you are feeling today. So aim for something that is going to challenge you for each of the exercises. For myself, I'm gonna go probably, it's gonna be a wide range. I'm probably gonna have 15, 20, 25, and 30 pounds for myself today. Also, for one exercise, if you've got your balance pods and you want to grab them, we'll use these for a narrow heel elevated squat. So if you want those, grab them. I have my bench out here just because I can't get on the ground right now, but we'll do a glute bridge series. So if you want to be on the mat for that, you can. However, if you have a bench and you want, or an elevated surface and you want to use it, you can do that. So with that, let's go ahead and get into our warm up. We're going to start with a squat, a lateral squat with a double pulse. So just taking it out, pulse it for 2 and up. We're just gonna take a couple minutes here to get warm, make sure that we can start lifting heavy right out of the gate for round number 1. We're gonna do a few non-weighted exercises here for our warm-up, and then we'll grab some lightweight and do 2 weighted exercises. Let's do last one off to this side. And now we're gonna go into quad pull. So just bringing that heel up to your bum, and then switch. One side and then the other. Keeping chest up, core tight. I'm glad you showed up for leg day. I always say friends don't let friends skip leg day. So the fact that you were here, I'm so glad. You may be familiar with this structure because for the last few exercises, it's kind of been our mini series is what I'm calling it, with the same structure to hit all the muscles. Last one, and let's take it into a good morning. Hands on your hips, drive the hips back, back flat, core tight, and squeeze up. But I really love this structure and it has been so effective. I'm sure for all the other muscles we've worked, you have felt them the next day or maybe 2. We're gonna grab our light weights next, just for 2 exercises. Last one here. I'm gonna use 10 pounds for this warm up, not too heavy, but just something to allow you to really start to work on that form, make that mind muscle connection. We're gonna go into a squat. So dumbbells up and let's do it. 5 reps of each. Here's 5, 4, head up, chest up, core tight. 3, 2 more, 2, last one, then sumo Romanian deadlift. Legs out, toes out, a little bit wider, shoulders rolled back. 5 reps. Here's 5. Weights in the heels, push that bum to the wall behind you, keep that back flat. We got 4, 3, and then we'll get ready to go into round number 1. Round number 1, all about glute bridge. So we'll be on the mat for that entire round. Last one, and let's go ahead, meet me back here for glute bridge. Grab your weight. We're starting off with a glute bridge for our base exercise. We'll hit a single leg glute bridge, then glute bridge hold, and glute bridge pulses. So that's what we got going on. So grab all your weights for those, and let's do this. All right, getting into position for glute bridge. Now, if you are on the mat, make sure you drive those shoulder blades into the mat as you press up. Weight stays in the heels. We're gonna go 60 seconds for glute bridge. Here we go. Down and squeeze. So as you press up, drive those hips up towards the ceiling. But one thing with your glute bridge, keep your back flat. So don't overarch and round your back up. Squeezing here. And really take a second and think about your glute muscles as you squeeze. Just taking a second to initiate that mind muscle connection will help with all those reps afterwards. Down and push. Whew, knees in line with toes here. And let's work it over halfway. And all those 4 mentions, we're gonna stick with those throughout this glute bridge round. Almost there. We'll get 20 seconds to rest. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. From here, we're gonna go into a single leg, which is the highest of intensities, or a kickstand glute bridge. I'm just bumping it to one weight. If you're kickstand, you've got one leg out long, just for a little bit of balance with most of that weight on the other side. Single leg can be up in the air for that. And let's go. 30 seconds. Down and press. So this one we get a chance to really focus on one side, a little bit more unilateral here. Really focus on that side you're working. Just keep, if you do have that kickstand, nice and soft with that leg, not too much weight. Whew. We're gonna get 10 seconds to rest and switch it over in 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Switching it over, other side. So kickstand or single leg, weights in that working heel, and let's begin. Down, push and squeeze, exhale. Hold it at the top to feel that contraction. We're deep into those glute muscles. You know I like to remind you about form and keeping your technique so that each rep you are maximizing. If you showed up for 30 minutes, I wanna make sure that every rep we're doing, you're getting the most out of it. And sometimes just those little reminders will help you do that. 3, 2, and 1. Woo. From here, we are going to do a glute bridge hold. So we're just gonna hold it up for 30 seconds. Really squeeze here. So legs out, hold it up, hold it here. Woo, just the hold, get comfy. As comfortable as you can with a burn like this. Core staying tight, back nice and flat. Weights in the heels. After this, we get 20 seconds of rest. We'll go back to our base exercise, that glute bridge, but we're gonna pulse it. So we'll have 30 seconds of pulses. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Whew, let it down here. We're gonna go into pulses. We've got about 15 seconds left to rest. Now with your pulses, you can do with or without weight. I'll challenge you to try to start with weight. If you need to take it down, you can. So let's get back up into position. We go in 3, 2, and let's pulse it. Little up, little down, really squeeze, squeeze. Last exercise here before we move on to round 2. Round 2, we're really mixing it up, but we're really gonna keep a focus on those calves for round 2. The forgotten muscle group, I feel like, in my opinion anyways. Almost there, squeeze it, come on, you got it. I know it's tough, but it is gonna be so worth it. Here's 3, 2, and a 1. Woo. All right, so I'm gonna leave my bench out here because we are gonna do a glute bridge calf raise, but we got 45 seconds. I'm gonna give you the exercises so you can grab your weights as you need because you can see how quickly it moves. We're gonna start out with just that standing calf raise. Then we're gonna do a toes out calf raise, wall sit calf raise, sumo glute bridge calf raise, then finally back to base calf raise pulses. So that's what we've got going on. If you find it is too hard to hold on to dumbbells while doing calf raises, just hold on to a chair, no weights, and focus on that calf raise. So that's gonna be the aim today, is to really hold that calf raise up at the top to maximize that tension, to build that definition. So just calf raise, 60 on, here we go. Up and hold it, and down. Up, squeeze. If you've ever heard me talk about when we're doing a row, a bent over row for our back, I say overstay your welcome at the top. Same thing with your calf raises here. Overstay your welcome at this hold. Make it burn, feel it through those muscles, then lower it down. Because you have to remember, the work where we are actually start to build that muscle is when we start to break it down, and we do that during the contraction. So right here, this is the contraction of the calf muscles. Hold it, squeeze it, shake it, and then down. It'll shake automatically. You don't have to do any shaking. That's automatic. But keeping a nice solid upper body, shoulders rolled back, core tight. Squeeze. Last one, hold it up for 3 here. Last 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go into a toes out calf raise now. So this is just a bit of a wider stance, and those toes are gonna be out. So you can think of it almost as a sumo position, but not as wide as we would do for a sumo squat or something like that. But here we go, 30 seconds. Lift, hold, squeeze, and down. So working the calves at just a slightly different angle this time. You will see other muscles are gonna be worked in this round as well, but that focus is really on the calf muscles. I said before we got started, I feel like it's the forgotten muscle group. We always do legs, but sometimes calves get left out. And they are just as important because they help with all the things, stairs, walking. They are a huge part of our lower body. Last 3, 2, and 1. Next one, no weight. Find a wall or an open space here. We're gonna go into a wall sit, calf raise, so lower it down. And here we go, lift it. Lift up onto those toes and lower. This one, you can take an alternating lift as well, so you can work one side and then the other, or both at the same time. Woo. Next, just so you're prepared, we're gonna go back to the mat for a glute bridge calf raise. So we're gonna hold glute bridge up and just lift up on those toes. And it's moving quick, so 10 seconds, head to the mat. No weight for that one. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, get into glute bridge. Hold glutes up, squeeze, and now we're just gonna lift up onto the toes, squeeze. So just the calf raise here from this glute bridge hold. Ooh, so glutes get to work again, hams get to go again. One more exercise in this round. We're going back to that base, just the calf raise, but we're gonna pulse it this time. Hold it, squeeze, tighten up through the calves, almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, bring it up for calf raise pulse, with or without weights. Bringing it up, shoulders rolled back. 5 seconds. Last time here, we get 45 seconds to rest. Here's 3, 2, get those heels up and pulse. So with this, try not to let those heels hit the ground again. It's a very small move. It might not even look like I am doing anything, but you are just moving up about 1 inch and then back down with those heels hovering. Keeping that tension in that calf muscle the entire time. Woo. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh. This is one you will probably feel tomorrow and the next day. Last 3, 2, and 1. Breathe. Okay. We're moving on, round number 3. This one is gonna be a little bit of everything. We got a little bit more focus on the thighs this time, but we're definitely gonna hit the quads, the hams, the glutes, all of it in this round. We're gonna start with a sumo squat. So this is where we can really start to up our weight. Sumo squat, you can use 1 dumbbell right in the center or 2 on either sides of your legs. And then we're gonna add the pods in if you have those for that heel elevated. Actually, I said squat. It's a heel elevated Romanian deadlift. And then we're gonna do a curtsy lunge, or I'll have a modification if lunges bother your knees. And then we'll do a sumo RDL, and then a sumo squat back to that base. So sumo squat first, legs out, toes out. Here we go, 60 on. Down, press and squeeze. And with heavier weight, we have to take it a little bit slower through our reps. Last round here, by the way, before we repeat and go back to our glute bridge round. Over halfway through this full range here. Oh, wow. Almost there. Then we'll grab our pods if you have those. Last 3, 2, and 1. 1 or 2 dumbbells for this. I'm gonna keep it with 1. Now with this narrow position, with or without your pods, make sure that you are thinking about keeping those legs super close together, pinning them together. This is gonna work those thighs, hams, and glutes. So here we go. Pull and squeeze. Exhale as you come up. That's that contraction through the hamstrings. And then again, pin those thighs together, pull them in. Here it is, 3, 2, and 1. Pods out of the way. So curtsy lunge next. If lunges bother your knees, you are going to do a suitcase squat to alternating lateral lift. So 2 dumbbells for this one. Curtsy or mod. Here we go, 30. I have minimal space, but I do not have time to move anything. With that curtsy, keep those hips square. Sumo RDL, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Adjust your weight if you need for sumo RDL. So legs out, toes out. And here we go. Pull and squeeze. So another thing here with this wider position to really think about those inner thighs. Pull, squeeze, think about bringing your inner thighs together as you come back up to the top. Keeping knees soft, but back flat. Last one. 3, 2, 1. Oh my word. We're going into our last 30 seconds here of this round. So back to base, but with pulses. So sumo squat pulse, 1, 2 dumbbells or no dumbbells. 30 seconds of pulses. Here we go. Down. Whew. So keep it pretty low. Just a little up, a little down. Woo. These pulses at the end, so tough. Oh my. And you know, anytime you need to, you're gonna see me taking breaks throughout this, especially in this second time through. Last 3, 2, and 1. But if you need to take a break, stand up, come out of something, make sure to listen to your body and do that. That's gonna help you keep form. It's also gonna help you keep pushing through this workout. So always know that this is your workout and you do what you need to do to get through it. I know we always have our good days, we have our bad days, but the fact that we are here is what is so important. So just make the most of the time we got. We're getting ready to go on. We're starting over back to the glute bridge round, so we'll be on the mat. Remember with that glute bridge, 1 or 2 dumbbells. You can mix it up how you need. Whew, let's get ready, bringing it down. 45 seconds is going quick. We got 60 seconds of that glute bridge. Bring it down, and let's begin. Here we go. Down and press. So with your glute bridge, don't overarch the back at the top, but just take that squeeze into the glutes and really focus on that. And hold it at the top for a second because that contraction, remember, is where we're getting that muscle build. Almost there. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath. That breath is power in these pushes. Whew, last one. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. All right, kickstand or single leg glute bridge. Oh my word, the legs are shaking. Okay. So remember, single leg, you can lift that leg straight up. That is the highest intensity, or kickstand. And here we go. Down, 30 seconds. Same thing, we're not overarching the back, keeping all that weight on this working side, whatever side that might be for you right now. Really maintain that weight on that side. We'll get just a quick second to switch it over. Switching it to the other side in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Other side, last time for this. Remember that, keep that in mind. Here we go. We're hitting the last time through for each of these exercises. So that is giving us some excitement as the burn just continues. Weight in that working leg. Whew. I feel like Theo is doing glute bridges as well right now with us. It's like all over the place. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, glute bridge hold. So with or without dumbbells, we're just gonna hold the glute bridge. Here we go, hold it for 30. Keep that back flat, core tight, glutes engaged. And breathing. One more set after this, and that's the pulses. So for right now, this is where we are building not only our physical muscles, but that mental muscle, because this is tough. So you know we get stronger here to be stronger out there, and this is where we push through for 3, 2, and 1. Rest it for 20. We're going into pulses. Okay, let's bring it up. Glute bridge pulses. Here we go. Pulse it for 30, let's go. Weights in the heels, knees in line with toes. Little up, little down. Exhaling with that pulse. Whew. You got it. Remember, keep it strong, mind and body. 3, 2, and 1. 45 seconds, rest it out. We're going on to our calf-focused round now, where we're gonna start with calf raises. So let me talk you back through those exercises. Calf raises, toes out calf raises, wall sit calf raises, glute bridge calf raises, then calf pulses. So, there we go. That's what we're doing. But remember, we are working the calves mainly in this one, but a lot of these other muscles that we're working are coming into play on all of these other sets. So think about that as well. Okay, calf raises. Let's grab our weight, keep it heavy because this is it. Where are we? Okay, 20 and 20. Shoulders rolled back, 60 on. Here we go. I really love getting the 60 seconds out of the way and then just having the 30 seconds. It does make that 30 seconds just fly by. Lift and hold. And if you haven't, I want to encourage you to check out the other workouts posted right around the same time as this one. We've got a chest and back focused with this structure, and then we have biceps, triceps, and shoulders focused, and then also a more glute focused round, just a lot similar to this structure, well, same structure, I should say. So to make sure you're hitting all those muscle groups evenly, if you haven't done those workouts yet, make sure you add those in. Remember, get that hold at the top. Toes out, calf raises next. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Toes out. Legs out just a smidge wider, not too wide though. 10 seconds. Get that form here in the upper body. The upper body form for our lower body still is super important. So don't just let your shoulders start rounding or forget about the upper body. Keep it strong. Here we go. That's one thing that I have noticed has helped so much in my posture, because my posture, it was not good. I'm gonna be nice about it. It was very hunched. It was not good. You get those pains in your neck, all that. But when I started really focusing on keeping good posture throughout my workouts, that has completely transferred over into my everyday life. Now, I still have to remind myself to keep my posture, but just as a note, that's why I always remind you to keep your posture here so you can do it out there. Last 3, 2, 1. No wait for these next 2 sets, so we're heading to the wall. 5 out, lower it down, and calf raise. Here we go. Remember, you can do both legs at the same time, or you can do one side and then the other. Keep that back pressed up against the wall. So we're gonna have a quick turnaround. It's glute bridge, calf raises next. So we're gonna head right to the mat after this. Lift, hold, and squeeze. Last 3, 2, 1. Get in there for calf raises in that glute bridge. Keep those hips high. Glute bridge, hold. Now add the calf raise. Lift it up and squeeze. And down. Keep your core tight. Whew. Just those calf raise pulses to go after this. And then we're on to our last and final round. Last 3, 2, 1. Whew. Calf pulses. All right, let's finish strong here. 30 seconds in 10. Getting into that good, strong position. Remember to hold it about halfway and pulse it. Here we go. Keep that contraction. 30 on. Pulse it. Exhaling as you lift. Woo. So again, it might not look or feel like we are moving much at all, and we're not, but you can feel that tension in the calf muscle there. Woo. Here it is, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my word. Like everything, the quads are shaking. I can feel it in the hamstrings, the glutes, and of course the calves. Oh, okay. The shake is real. And what's even more real is that we are almost done. We're going on to round number 3. I'm so excited. You know, this is the round where we really hit it all. We are starting with that sumo squat. Keep your pods, where are mine? Keep your pods nearby if you want to add those, because we will have our heel elevated narrow RDL. I'm gonna just try to clear my space a little bit. So getting ready for sumo squat, let's grab our weights. 1 or 2 dumbbells, 60 on, full range, shoulders rolled back, nice posture, and let's do it. So take your time, get through that full range all the way down, squeeze all the way up. And remember with that sumo, this works the thighs a little bit more. So as you come back up to this standing position, squeeze the inner thighs together. I imagine in my head as if I had a zipper and I'm just zipping it right up. The weirdest things come into my mind when I'm doing straight to help me work deeper into those muscles. I'll tell you, if you can really focus on those muscles, you will work more with each rep. So we're gonna get 20 seconds. Just giving you a heads up because we'll grab, if you've got your pods, we're gonna grab those. Narrow heel elevated RDL or just that narrow RDL next. Here it is, 3, 2, 1. Whew, I'm gonna keep this dumbbell. I like to use 1 for this, but you can always use 2. So with the narrow RDL, whether you have your pods or not, again, when you come back up, squeeze, zipper those inner thighs together. All right, shoulders rolled back. Here we go. Down, keep that weight close. Drive the hips, pull and squeeze. Soft knees here. We're not locking out our knees. We are keeping the knees soft, but we're hinging at the hips. Zipper up through those inner thighs, pull, squeeze. Next is the curtsy lunge or modification, your suitcase squat with lateral lift. Here it is, 3, 2, 1. Pods out of the way, 2 dumbbells for this. And here we go. So if you're taking that mod with that lateral leg lift, really squeeze that outer thigh when you lift. Here with the curtsy lunge, we're working the outer and inner thighs, as well as the quads, glutes, and hams. Keeping those hips square. Last one. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Sumo RD. You know what? I'm just going to use these because makes it a little easier. Sumo RDL, legs out, toes out. And here we go. Down. Pull and squeeze. Back flat, core tight. Hair is stuck. I can't get my hair out. I need to get it trimmed so it doesn't do that. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Final 30 seconds of pulses. And you know what? I'm gonna keep these too. So sumo pulses. We go in 10. 5 out. So keep it low. Little pulse. Last 30 seconds. We got this. Here we go. The grand finale. I always feel like that when we get to the last set. Shoulders back. Hey, one thing you're gonna see on the screen pop up after this one, and I wanna highly encourage you to take it because it is gonna pair so well with what we've been working, is our thighs finisher. So if you were really working to get that definition in your legs, that thighs finisher is going to help so much. That's what those finishers are created for, to really help you maximize everything. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You are the bomb. And like I said, friends don't let friends skip leg day. So thank you for kicking butt with me today. Don't forget thighs finisher. Just take that 10 minutes. It is the icing on the cake. And if you want to keep growing, keep getting stronger, do not forget our October calendar is out now. That is going to help you maintain your strength throughout the month without you even having to think about it. It makes it being consistent so much easier. So check out the calendar down in the description. See you over at Thighs. I love ya.